Hello, Megan. It is Friday, May 31st, and you might have noticed that I'm responding to your video rather quickly, but we'll have more about that later. So I saw your video. What I liked about it was that it was much better than mine in every way, as a plus. You don't have my annoying tendency to sort of like glance frequently at like the LCD screen, which is not really close to the lens on my camera, and you don't tend to sort of like reach for the off button before the scene is done. Also, your voice doesn't really make me want to strangle myself a little bit, so that's another positive. And I like the haircut, it looks very nice. What I didn't like about your video was that it made me feel bad about myself. I don't know what it was. Was it that you managed to humanize New Jersey, which is a state that obviously I've mocked on numerous occasions? Or was it that your video had this sort of like deep, introspective, philosophical side that mine very much lacked? So I considered trying to do this video in a similar sort of introspective, deeper side, but I realized that I only have one side, and it's that really cool, relaxed, devil-may-care attitude that's made me so successful in social situations. So, I mean, as cool as I am, I really only have the option to be cool, which is really a tragedy, but I don't know. Such is life, that's my burden. So you might be asking yourself, why am I doing this video so soon after you uploaded your video? It's because this is my last full day in the US, and I wanted to do a video before I got to Hamburg because I don't know if I'm going to have the privacy to record videos or the internet access to upload them very often when I'm in Germany, so I figured safety, might as well do it now. And it wouldn't have been so slow if you had uploaded your video in a timely manner, but again, we'll get to that later. We're foreshadowing right now. I'm a little bit terrified that I'm going to Germany so soon, because my German is not very good at all. I recently tried switching my phone to German, to try and sort of get in the mood, but I really am having a difficult time with that. And I realize that if I can't cope with like Facebook and Twitter being in German, I don't know how I'm going to deal with the country, like, you know, danger signs and menus and like even the people are going to be in German. So we'll see about that one. And to add to my terror, I recently discovered that when I'm in Hamburg, I'm going to be at a homestay with like an actual German person. So that's a little concerning because I realize that like if I combine my like severely limited social skills with my severely limited German skills, there's going to be just like a whole mess of really horrible, awkward situations that I'm going to be able to tell you about in future videos. So that's like positive for you, not so much for me. More on the good news side of my life, I recently got the chance to talk briefly with one of my favorite writers, David Sedaris, in the broken German that we both share. He was doing a reading signing event in Omaha, and it was a beautiful day. I would have taken some video to show you right now instead of looking at my face, but unfortunately cameras weren't allowed at the event, which is really a pity because he's really hilarious and it would have been the best part of this vlog for sure. I also recently went on my family trip to Indianapolis and Chicago. I didn't really take a lot of videos to show you, which I realize now was a huge mistake because it means that we're going to have more like pictures of my face to look at. So it's a lesson for the future to take more videos everywhere that I go. So on Saturday in Indianapolis, there was a parade, which gave my brother the chance to yell bizarre things at famous people like Shawn Johnson, the gymnast, and the band Foreigner, who they're famous for their appearance in the YouTube video Charles Law. It's a science instructional video. You should really check it out. I'll put a link in the thing below the screen right now. And then on Sunday, we went to the race, the Indianapolis 500, which I have video of, and you're probably seeing that right now, which is good. It's really fun. I can't explain why exactly it's fun, but it really is. So if you get a chance, check it out. And then Sunday night, we drive to Chicago, stayed overnight at my aunt and uncle's house. I humiliated Sam in chess, so that was positive. And then Monday morning, I went into town in Chicago, got breakfast with a friend of mine who goes to college there. And then we drove back through Iowa, which is... but, other than the Iowa parts, it was a really good trip. When I've been at home, I haven't really been very, productive at all. You might think I'm not very productive when I'm in school, but you don't even know the half of it. I should be reviewing German because I don't really speak it, as I already said, and I'm going to be there for 6 months, but instead I've been filling my time with watching Arrested Development and eating food and rewatching Arrested Development. So, it's not as productive. My knowledge of German, not very good, but my knowledge of Arrested Development, it's solid as a rock. If you watch Arrested Development, you would have got that joke and you'd be laughing right now, but it's one of your flaws. Now, we are onto the part we've all been waiting for. So, as I sort of foreshadowed in the first video, you're pretty much a flaky person, and because you are such a flaky person, you didn't complete your video in the week that was allotted you, which means you have to complete an embarrassing forfeit, which I'm really excited about. I was very glad that you didn't get your video in time. So, because I'm really nice, I'm going to be merciful to you, and I'm going to let you choose between 3 different forfeit possibilities instead of forcing one upon you.
So, option number one, you have to approach 3 strangers in your hometown, and if they aren't strangers and I find out about it, I'll come up with a cruel and unusual forfeit for you to do. So, they should be strangers. Anyway, you find these strangers, take their pictures, interview them, and then in your next video, you have to show us the pictures and say something interesting about their lives. Option number two, you can sing with no accompaniment of any sort, so no music, no background singers, just straight up Meaghan singing. The classic Christmas carol, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, and you have to go at least to the second refrain. If you want to go farther than that, that's fine with me, but you have to at least get that far. And option number three, easy to explain, just do your entire next vlog entry in Gregorian chant.
So that's it for this week, unless I do a blooper reel at the end, which I might. I was going to do it at the end of the first video, but I eventually just decided not to. But anyway, that's it. And I will talk to you, I guess within a week from whenever you do your next video. So sometime in the next few months. And I'll tell you all about my travels and stuff. So I will see you then.
Hello, and welcome to the video.
I don't know what exactly it was about your video that made me feel so bad about myself. It might have been that you sort of managed to humanize New Jersey, which is a state that I'm sure you'll remember I've mocked on humorous. Instead, here is as much as Omaha. I didn't really realize, like, obesity, I could. My German might not be very good, but my knowledge of Arrested Development. Anyway. Anyway. And then on Sunday, I went into. No, on Monday. Do I have to cut this now? Here I am on the left side. Here I am on the right side. Now, the part we've all been waiting for. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say at this point. So I'm going to let you choose between 3 different options. This is my iPhone case. It has Boston on it. Isn't it nice? Alright. Talk to you later.